Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewelry you come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean? Jump and shout all over the nation. We're breaking out with a new creation.
Our Belize Watch team was in the quiet village of San Lazaro in the Orange Walk district. Gilberto and Juliana Cowo welcomed us to their home where Juliana showcased her embroidery, a skill that was passed on to her by her mother and grandmother. We will have their story after we hear from our partners, B&E Charitable Trust, the Barry, Shell Belize, and the National Gas Company.
Shell V-Power, with 3 times more cleaning and friction-reducing molecules. Go well. Go Shell. Since 2008, the Belize Natural Energy Charitable Trust has created opportunities for Belizeans to develop themselves and their communities. The Trust employs tools that are intuitive, collaborative, and accessible so that every Belizean is empowered to achieve their full potential. Over 200,000 Belizeans have been impacted because of our various initiatives. The Belize Natural Energy Charitable Trust, empowering Belizeans of today to create the Belize of tomorrow.
We are the Barry, offering you great products, good service, and of course, the lowest prices in the entire country. Visit us in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio Cayo, Orange Rock, and now in San Pedro, La Isla Bonita. The Barry. Get more? Pieles.
The National Gas Company Limited was born of the need for the country of Belize to have a marine gas terminal of its own, thereby securing supplies of critical cooking gas for a growing population. As Belize's population grew, the time came for a modern marine gas terminal that ensured safety, security of supply, and the requisite infrastructure for industry-accepted quality assurance now demanded by the people of Belize. In 2020, the National Gas Company Limited became a reality. The National Gas Company Limited is a $60 million public-private partnership where Belize's private sector would design, finance, construct, and manage a state-of-the-art national marine terminal facility and 2 complementary storage depots away from the coast. After 15 years, the National Gas Company would be fully turned over to the country and people of Belize at no cost to the taxpayer.
The National Gas Company of Belize, fueling Belize forward.
I have the honor and pleasure of being in the home of Mrs. Juliana Cowo. Mrs. Cowo, I'd like to thank you so much for having me here in your home. I understand that you're going to show me some of the wonderful embroidery work that you do. And also, we might even get a look at some of the recado you produce. So thank you so much for having me here. I think, let me start off by getting to know you, though. So if you can tell me, who exactly is Mrs. Juliana Cowo? Were you born here? How long have you lived here? That sort of thing.
I was born in New Creek.
Your Creek. That's not far from here, right? That's the big village before you reach San Lazaro. So you pass through Your Creek, and then you reach San Lazaro. Yes. So you're born in Your Creek. Go ahead.
Yes. At the age of 16 years, I got married to Mr. Gilberto Cowo, and I came to live here.
How did you meet Mr. Gilberto?
In those days, there when the people used to go dancing. And so that's how we knew ourselves.
And that was so many years ago. How many years ago, more or less? That?
Right now I am 73 from 79 I will have this June.
You 79 years old? I have a lot of hope. My mom only 72.
Right now, but I will be 79 on June. Yeah. So I married at the age of 16. So it's
60-something years.
63.
Yeah.
63 years. Mm-hmm.
You must have produced a wonderful family, no? I know at least one or two members of your family, but let me describe your family to me.
I have 9 children. 5 girls, 4 girls, and 5 boys.
Okay. Mm-hmm. 4 girls, 5 boys.
All of them are married.
And they were born here in San Lazaro.
Yes.
You got married. You met in Yo Creek.
Yes.
You got married and you moved here and started your family, and you've been here all your life?
Yes. Yes, all the life that we are married, we live here.
Let's look at the early days growing up in Yo Creek, in San Lazaro. Let's look at Yo Creek first. What was it like growing up in Yo Creek in your village?
Well, living there, we were always very happy, living with Daddy and Mommy and our grandmother, with my sisters and brothers. My dad used to, he taught us to work. This is one of the best things that I appreciate, because he taught us how to work. We have to work to get our things that we use. He is a working person. He have money, but we have to work to get our things.
So he taught you to be independent?
Yes. He always carried us to the milpa to sow corn, beans, rice, peanuts, tomatoes, and many other vegetables. We go early in the morning, and he brings us late in the evening. We carry our lunch. There at the milpa, we eat. Yes.
So you meet Mr. Cowo, and you move to San Lazaro from Yo Creek. Was that hard for you, moving away from Yo Creek to San Lazaro?
Well, it's not so hard, but I missed my parents.
Well, they were right up the street, basically, a few miles away.
But on those days, there was not plenty of ride to go over there.
So how hard was it to go?
You have to go walking or on bicycle, yes.
Yeah, you're right. There were no roads at that time like we have today. You know, today it's just a 5-minute or 10-minute drive, but on those days it wasn't.
We have to go walking or riding a bicycle. He carried me on his bike.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So you enjoy those bicycle rides, huh? Yeah. So now growing up, a young married person here in San Lazaro, what was it like in San Lazaro in those early days? What was life like when you were growing up here?
Well, one of the things that I liked here in San Lazaro, because the people over here, even the youths, are working people. Mm-hmm. And in those times, they don't used to drink too much. Okay. But at Yo Creek, yes, they used to drink. So I love this village. Even one day, my mommy says, if you don't like to live here in San Lazaro, your daddy could get you a piece of land and build you a house, and you could come and live over here with us. But one of the things I don't like is because of the friends that they like to drink. So it's better for me to live here with him. Okay. That's why I stayed here.
So you stayed in San Lazaro because Mommy said, hey, stay there, and you actually like the idea that there was not much drinking, but more working going on here, right? Mm-hmm. And so you yourself became a hard worker, right?
Yes.
And raising your family, tell me about how you raised your family and some of the challenges you faced and that sort of thing here in San Lazaro.
Well, in those days, it's not so hard because there is plenty of the milpa where my husband could work. He also does the works what I am used to do. He plants his corn, his beans. We have chickens, pigs. And so I didn't sigh too hard because we have everything to eat.
That's one of the things I've always admired about life in a village like San Lazaro and some of the other villages I've had the opportunity to visit, that most everything is found in the backyard. Yes. You know, you go, you want to eat pork, you deal with the pig. You want to eat chicken, you deal with the chicken. You want eggs, you get the eggs. Yeah. You want rice, you go to the milpa. You want corn, you go to, you had everything.
Yes. In those days, if you have $5, you are rich. Yeah. Because you will not spend it. Just you will buy a little bit of sugar and some pieces of soap.
And maybe a little salt. Mm-hmm. Maybe a little salt, right?
Because you have your corn, your beans, everything. Your rice, your chickens, and everything, yes.
Everything to make a meal, a good healthy meal, direct from the soil. So your children came along and they went to school here in San Lazaro. You want to give us a little insight about some of your children?
Yes, they went to school. All of them went to school.
Mm-hmm. Right here in San Lazaro?
Yes.
Okay. And then they branched off and you said all of them are married now?
Yes, all of them are married.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, you still reside in San Lazaro, right? Which you said you have done so all your life, all your married life. Right, 63 years. That's admirable. I have to congratulate you and Mr. Cowo for that. Because 63 years is quite a lifetime together, right? And so congratulations are definitely in order for those 63 years. And from what I can see, things are still going strong, right?
Yes.
Now, you keep yourself very busy, and you do this embroidery that we have displayed on the table here. How long have you been doing the embroidery?
From since I was small, I remember that my grandmother used to do embroidery, but she does the cross stitch. I always remember her sitting on her chair with her tablecloth and a basket of coloring thread. All the day she passes embroidering. And from those days, I liked that. So when I grew up, I started doing it. From I was small,
Even before getting married?
Yes.
So your mom taught you really how to do this?
Yes, because my grandmother does it, and my mother and all my sisters.
So it was just natural for you. But I see wonderful things displayed here at this table. You mentioned earlier the cross stitch, right? Is that the only form of doing this embroidery, or there are other styles?
There are many other styles.
Such as? What are some of the other styles?
¿Cómo se va a decir? Embutido.
Embutido? What would be an embutido? Would be something like this? Uh-huh. That would be filling. So you fill this.
Yes.
That's another style.
You get a piece of cloth, and then you draw the drawing that you wish to do.
Okay.
And then you start filling it, and then when it's finished.
But how do you fill something like this? Looking at this. You have to fill it with the thread, like just dot it with the thread, that kind of thing?
Yes. When I am going to do the yellow, I put the yellow here. And if it's red, put the red. Depends the color that the picture has. That's the color of the thread that you are going to use. Yes.
Okay. So that's how you do something like this.
And it gets a long time to do it. Yes.
How long would it take to do something like this, a bag like this bag here? How long would it take to... You see, this parrot has so many colors, because I imagine for each color you have to stop and change, right?
Yes.
So you do a little piece here, then you do a little piece there. All these are changes. So just in the head of the parrot alone, you'd have black, brown, another type of brown, another shade of black, white, and red, just to get the parrot head. How long would it take you just to do this parrot head?
Well, at first I start putting my hours, but sometimes I have something to do, so I leave it, and then now I don't put hours. I just work a little bit, and I have anything else to do. I stop doing it.
You stop doing it, all right.
But yes, it takes a long time.
Long time?
Yes.
Because then you have to go to the green, and that's another color again. Then you have blue, which is another color again. A different shade of brown on the, two different shades of brown on the tail, and a blue again. So it's really an intricate work of art.
But I enjoy doing it.
You enjoy doing it?
Yes.
Right? But how long will it take you to produce a piece like this, though, that I have in my hand? A few days?
Yes. Few days.
A few days, right?
Because I don't just do that. I have other things to do. Yes. When I have a little spare time, I sit down and make a little bit. Then if I have to prepare lunch, I have to leave it and go and do my lunch.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe at this time you could show me, as you have something in your hand, it's a toucan.
I have to go where it is straight.
Okay.
Then I start up and bring it down. But it's straight. When I reach down, I go filling it in small pieces.
Okay. But how do you gauge? How do you gauge those where to put the needle? You already don't know by heart way because because I guess if I would try it, some pieces would be bigger than the other. It's definitely a skill.
And even my grandchildren, when they see that I am doing this, they want a piece of cloth, and want to do some. And I give them a piece of cloth and teach them a little bit.
What we're doing now, we are putting on the top of the head of the National Board, the toucan, right? So this area here will be black.
All this will be black. And this will be yellow. This little piece.
And
This little piece.
And the beak will have to have another color, right?
And the beak has different colors.
That's a lot of work.
Yes,
I find it hard to believe that you would sell a masterpiece like this, and I see a price mark on it, and this one here for only $30. That's a lot of work.
But if you ask for more, they are not willing to pay for it.
Because they don't understand the value and the work that goes into it, and I'm glad I'm able to bring this out, that there's a lot of work, and when we see something like this that is done with hand, it's done with a lot of love. See, look at the back of this. Look at a lot of, all these are little things here, are stitches, right?
Yes.
That you had to, so your hand had to move in and out all this time.
Yes.
Then you have to coordinate the change of the colors and the brown and the green, and it's a work of art. Really, these should be framed and kept in a museum somewhere, because really, when you know what goes into something like this, then you can totally appreciate it.
Yes.
Belize.
There are many persons that do this kind of embroidering, but they do it a little bit rough.
It's a good comparison to make here because this is the same toucan here,
Yes.
right? So you see how this that is here. So
I
you're
am
working
doing
here.
this black, but it's not black, it's yellow.
Honey,
See, it's yellow. It's not black.
but this black part here.
No, the black part is, it's a little bit here.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're just doing that to show me what you do. Okay, so because the yellow is more in here. So at the end, this to kind of look that you're doing will look just like this one that's already
Yes, yes.
done. Right?
And this is red. Small piece of
What
red.
with the red?
This is the black piece. This.
This is the piece here.
Yes.
And then and this again is not sophisticated because this is really our national symbol, the Black Orchid.
Yes.
The Black Orchid is here, right? And so there's a lot of meaning to this, really. I guess this would be maybe a mahogany tree or something that a branch or something of a mahogany tree that is perched on.
Maybe it's just a piece of tree in the wood.
And if we want to be nationalistic, we say it's a piece of mahogany tree or mahogany tree.
It's a piece of a mahogany tree where the toucan is standing and where the orchid
is flowering.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice. And you are selling something like this for only $35. Imagine.
No, this is not 35. This is 50.
Yes, 50. Okay, well, still they're still cheap. Because, well, these are the parrot or the $30 one. Okay. $50 for that one. This is worth far more than that, though. I will tell you that.
I used to sell it a little bit cheaper.
Oh, yeah?
But when the people comes and sees the work that I have done, they offer me more.
Of course. You see the value when you actually see the work being
So I started selling it at 50.
But you enjoy doing it. That's the thing.
I enjoy doing it.
Have you taught any of your children how to do embroidery? You said that they were.
All my children could do it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Even the boys?
The boys?
No. You say all.
One of them that lives right now in Chetumal, yes, does it.
Okay. All the girls can.
When we were ready to do the top of the house, my husband then says that he doesn't have money to buy the cement. So we used to do the embroidering with my girls, and we put the money in the bank. So when Daddy said that he doesn't have money to buy the cement, I sent them to go and get the money to buy the cement and to pay the people for the work.
Okay, so the embroidery did pay for the roof of the house.
Yes, with the money of embroidering. Yes.
That's a lot of work that you have to put in to do it. Though.
Yes.
Right.
I remember that they used to go to high school. In those years, they pay $30 for the month. I think the tuition is $30 a month. And two of them used to go at Muffles College. So every month, I have to have this thing done, 2 pairs of tablecloth. In those days, we sell it at $30 for a pair. And every month, I sell 2 pairs just to pay their
School fees.
Yes.
It's admirable, you know. You know, looking at it that way, I really admire that you were able through this embroidery to put your children through school.
But they are always willing to help me. Whenever they come to school, they used to help me. Even the boy that right now is, I'm telling him that he's a soldier. When he comes from school and he sees that we are grinding the recado, he takes out his uniform, his white tennis, and goes to the kitchen and start helping us. Yes.
So you show me that recado set up a little later on, right? I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yes.
Okay, and let's look at what you have on this table, some more of the items that you have brought out so that we can see. The first thing I pick up is this little purse here, because this looks like it's more than just doing this embroidery here, right? You had to stitch this as well, or this was something you bought already made?
Which one?
This, you had to sew this, like put this together?
Yes.
You had to take all this, let me see if I can open. So you had to make the bag itself
Yes.
before you put on the embroidery on the bag.
Yes.
That's a lot of work. How do you go about making a bag like this? Here's your
This is the material.
the same material that out of which this bag is made, and you have to use a needle but each one of these little parts here. Look at this. How do you knock this over like that?
With a needle. We have a special needle too.
Then all of this. Look at that. How long it take you to make a bag like this? I'm just curious. I'm worrying about the amount of time and love that you have to put into doing something like this. This is handmade. Every single bit of this is handmade, not a factory.
Yes. Takes a long time, but as I enjoy it, I do it.
You do it. And this sells for about how much?
I don't remember the price.
but I'm sure it's under $100, right?
No, I think that it's 20 or 25.
20 or 25? Wow. Handmade. Then these dresses here, these are typical Mayan Yucatec miniature dresses. What's the story behind this? Because they all come together.
They are not all together.
Oh, okay. So they're individual dresses,
Yes.
and they're made with what led you to make so much of the same type of?
Well, as I do many embroidering, and I make it especially for the tourists, because our Belizean buy, but they don't buy too much. So as the pandemic came, I was not able to sell any one of my work.
Okay.
So I decided that I will do this, but in a mind that I will help the cancer, the people suffering cancer.
Oh, so the funds from this go to the people the Cancer Society and those people?
When I sell, I will give $10 for the Cancer Society.
Oh, nice. And have you sold an amount so far?
Just 3.
Well, let me advertise that now. You want to help the Cancer Society? Well, buy one of these beautiful embroidered Yucatec Mayan dresses. It's a dress, right?
Yes.
It's a dress. Type what? Aipil, yeah.
That big one.
The Maya Aipil, right? And so for the big one, this is the big one, right?
Yes.
So it's this, right? And so this costs $25. You're only making $15 off this, but you're giving $10 to the Cancer Society, which is excellent.
Yes.
Very community spirited of you.
And then I made it to put the freshener on the car. But the thing that the freshener is too bright. The color of the freshener is too bright. And when I put it in here, it dyes this.
Oh, it dyes it. Okay.
So I decided to not put the freshener, and I
Instead, put a plastic over it instead, so you can preserve it.
Yes.
Right. So this would be hung from your car rearview mirror, right? You know.
Yes.
Nice. Very nice. And so, folks, if you want to get one of these, you've got to come to San Lazaro and ask for Mrs. Cowo, and you can get that. All right? Does it only cost $25 too, right? Only cost $25. So, get yours. I get mine before I go. These are gifts. These make excellent gifts. Right.
So my plan is making 100.
How many? 100 of these. But even these, you can see the lot of work that goes into each one of these
It takes
flowers.
me very long to do this because they are very small.
Okay.
It's more hard to do the small ones than the big ones. Yes.
But this is definitely a labor of love, what you're doing here. So, and you even have the little lace at the bottom. You know? And then you brought this out. This is Christmas, huh?
Yes.
It looks like Christmas to me, right? And then what is it? This must have taken you a long time, for sure.
The jaguar?
Yes.
Yes.
Because every stitch, every one of those is a stitch, right? Mm-hmm. See, I'm learning, I'm learning. I'll kind of learn fast. So. The back, let me show. This is the back of it. And then, of course, this is the front of it here. Right. So this jaguar, everything you see here, all the brung a series of stitches. Right?
I do first the black one. I do all the
black stitches first?
Yes, I fill all the black. Then I start filling the
brown.
yes.
But it's a lot of filling, a lot of stitches.
Yes.
And everything here is a stitch.
Yes.
I really admire the work you're doing. And then this, you know of anybody doing this type of work in the area beside yourself?
There are other persons that do the work.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good, because let's salute them, because it's good to keep the culture going, right? It's very important. Culture is extremely important, and we all have to keep our culture going. And this would be a Mayan Yucatec. What you call it again?
Yes, Maya Yucatec Ipil.
Ipil, yeah, Maya Yucatec Ipil, right? A Maya Yucatec Ipil. Mrs. Cowo. And then this is what?
Tablecloth.
Tablecloth. Okay, and then here?
It's an apron.
Apron. And a pillowcase and pillowcases.
Yes.
I'll move one frameless and to sleep on it. Right? And then they do flowers as well.
Small bag.
Small bags. Well, Mrs. Cowo, I have to congratulate you on.
I have this black one.
Let me see this black one here. It's nice. Very nice. So you sew the bag itself,
Yes.
and then you do the embroidery
No, I do the embroidering first.
first.
Then I
On the cloth, and then you sew the bag.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, so. Nice. Well, let me congratulate you on the work you're doing. It's admirable what you're doing.
Thank you.
You know, and something worth emulating. But you should follow.
I am proud because all my girls do the same work. And even my grandchildren.
Your girls and your grandchildren, they all do the same work. So you and the great grandchildren. So you have passed this on right down.
Yes.
Came from your parent, from your mom, to you. You have passed it to your daughter has passed it to your grandchildren, and so the tradition will continue.
Yes.
Now, Mrs. Cowo, if someone wants to come and get some of this wonderful work that you do and take it home with them, where can they find you? In San Lazaro. You want to describe how to get to your house here in San Lazaro?
Well, I live by the side of the road,
Yes.
coming from Orangewack. It's on the
The right-hand side.
on the right side hand, and it's near the road on a yellow house.
Yeah. The yellow house, the
We
right-hand
have
side.
two coconut trees in front.
And you have a phone number that anybody could call?
Yes,
What's the phone number?
it's 661-4480.
661-4480. 661-4480.
Yes.
Now, you have taught your children and your grandchildren this wonderful art Do you teach other people? So let us say someone will come and say, Mrs. Cowo, I want to learn to do this. Would you teach them?
Yes. I teach them even if they come and they want the pattern of the things that I'm doing, I'm willing to give it to them. I always mark the things that they want to embroider. Yes.
So, on average, how long will it take for someone to learn to do something like this?
It depends how they like it. If it's something that they really love to do, they will not take too long to learn it. But because if they don't like it too much, they will not learn it.
So they can talk to you and you will see them right through until they're good at it. If somebody's that interested and want to come and spend the time with you, would you take them through all the paces until they can do it?
Yes. Yes, I am willing to help them.
Well, remind me the phone number again, 6 what?
661
661
54
44
80.
80. Okay.
When we come back, Juliana will take us through the process of recado making, and we get to sample her delicious tamales. But first, we take a break to hear from our partners.
The B&E Charitable Trust, working in the development of Belize by inspiring young Belizean entrepreneurs to dream and to dream big. The National Gas Company, fueling Belize forward. The National Gas Company makes sure that you not only have a guaranteed supply of gas for every household need, but also that it is of the highest quality always. Shell Belize has been fueling Belize for many, many years, and they have done so reliably and with a lot of dependability. And the Bari stores in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio, Orange Walk, and San Pedro, offering you much more for much less. Shell V-Power, with 3 times more cleaning and friction-reducing molecules. Go well! Go Shell! Since 2008, the Belize Natural Energy Charitable Trust has created opportunities for Belizeans to develop themselves and their communities. The trust employs tools that are intuitive, collaborative, and accessible so that every Belizean is empowered to achieve their full potential. Over 200,000 Belizeans have been impacted because of our various initiatives. The Belize Natural Energy Charitable Trust, empowering Belizeans of today to create the Belize of tomorrow.
We are the Barry, offering you great products, good service, and of course, the lowest prices in the entire country. Visit us in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio Cayo, Orange Walk, and now in San Pedro, La Isla Bonita. The Barry. Get more? Pay less.
The National Gas Company Limited was born of the need for the country of Belize to have a marine gas terminal of its own, thereby securing supplies of critical cooking gas for a growing population. As Belize's population grew, the time came for a modern marine gas terminal that ensured safety, security of supply, and the requisite infrastructure for industry-accepted quality assurance now demanded by the people of Belize. In 2020, the National Gas Company Limited became a reality. The National Gas Company Limited is a $60 million public-private partnership where Belize's private sector would design, finance, construct, and manage a state-of-the-art national marine terminal facility and 2 complementary storage depots away from the coast. After 15 years, the National Gas Company would be fully turned over to the country and people of Belize at no cost to the taxpayer.
The National Gas Company of Belize, fueling Belize forward.
It don't matter what part of
Mrs. Cowo, we have switched from the embroidery and you brought us to your backyard because we're going to look at how you make recado. And you make different types of recado, right?
Yes. I make the red recado and the black recado.
Okay.
Right now I will pull some, I have already pulled some habaneros to put on the red recado so it will be more spicy
Okay.
to make the tamales.
The red one is used for the tamales. Okay. And the black one you use it for?
Relleno.
Relleno. Right. Now, we are here. You've just pulled your peppers, and you have some garlic in your hand as well, right?
Yes,
Where do we go now?
to find the end.
The anato, no?
Yes.
So we'll deal with the red recado first, right? So we go and we look for the anato.
Yes.
You lead the way. It's your backyard. Esa es la mata del anato, ¿eh?
Ahí tiene un poco.
It don't matter what part of the jewel they come from. You are you and me and me. But guess what? All of we are one. See what I mean?
So this is the anato here, right?
Sí.
Can I break this off?
Sí.
I could break it? All right. So this is the pod here, and inside the pod are seeds. Right? But this is what the foundation of the red recado. So that's how it works. And the little seeds in here is what you use. And then when you do you get rid of the skin, the outer layer? You just throw that away, right? That's not good for nothing.
Just the red one is what we use.
Just a little red thing in here, little red seed, so you don't lose anything else. Well, you have your cucumber too, right? You grow a bit of everything here, ma'am. Because I saw watermelon, I saw jicama, and so many other things. Okay, so we're here now. Okay, so now we are here now, and we have our. Can I put my hand in this?
Yeah.
Okay, we have our seeds that we took off the tree. And I noticed some of them are black. What are these black ones? They're just a mixture that you
Black pepper.
Is that black pepper?
Yes.
Okay, so you mix the black pepper with the recado. Okay, the anato. So it's anato and black pepper mixed together.
And the
Okay.
habanero.
And the habanero comes in,
The garlic.
and the garlic,
The oregano.
oregano. And then you mix all that together.
Yes, we have the cloves.
What is next? A clove? That's to give it all the flavors, no?
Yes.
And this is for tamales, you're saying.
And if you like the gravy spicy, you put the habanero too.
The red one.
Yes.
Okay. Very windy here in your kitchen. It's an outdoor kitchen, let me just say that. All right. And my next move now will be what?
We put vinegar on it
Vinegar.
so that it will get soft too.
Okay.
And who is going to grind?
I want grind. Okay, so you're adding more garlic because you already have garlic here, so you're adding more.
When I do 2 pounds,
Uh-huh.
I put 2 garlics, 2 heads of garlic.
Okay.
And when I finish preparing it, it gives me 4 pounds of red recado.
And red recado sells for how much a pound? I as a businessman, I always asking prices.
$10 a pound.
Okay. So you have everything in your back garden, and you have even this you grow this here, right?
Yes,
The oregano.
oregano.
So everything is from right behind the house. That's amazing, when you could find almost all the ingredients you need, you can plant right behind your house and create an industry out of it. That in itself is amazing. Okay, so we have poured vinegar on the recado, right? So it's wet now.
Yes.
Now, why the vinegar?
Because it will not get spoiled.
Vinegar conserves it.
It will conserve it, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And after we finish doing it, we also put some salt.
Okay. Vinegar and salt.
Mm-hmm.
And
So it lasts months and it's still good.
all right. So now that we're okay with the hands and everything, can we put our hands in this, you said?
Yes, to
Okay.
grind it.
To grind it, and then wait, just do like that,
Yes,
and then mix it up together.
yes.
You mix it then, and then we could see how we work that.
And we put it on the molino.
And then molino, so we're going to do hand grinding right now.
Huh?
We're going to do hand grinding. How much you put in at the same time? That? Okay. You have a job for me here, a daytime job? Can you give me a daytime job?
Okay.
Huh?
Okay, yes,
I can help you with it, Ricardo.
yes.
This will be fun, man.
Because the grinding machine is new,
Yeah, it does
but
a
when
good job
when it gets older, it's too hard to grind
to
it.
grind, yeah. This one is quite easy. Then goes the garlic. Okay, now we have red recado here, right?
Yes.
What? See the work there? We didn't do too bad, right?
No.
You think you'll give me a little job here to
Yes.
to help you with
To grind 16 pounds.
16 pounds?
Yes.
But this isn't even half pound.
Yes.
Imagine doing 16 pounds. I'd be I won't have to go lift any weights or anything like that. I'll just have to continue doing this and I'm okay. And then when I'm tired with one hand, you go on and do the next one. Right? That's the way it goes. Huh? This is a wonderful smell. Make I feel like I'm ready to eat the tamales one time. Right? I smell the garlic, I smell the pepper, the oregano, and of course the spice.
Yes.
So let's get a little bit more. Put in a little bit more for me. Let me. I'm getting to like this now. So maybe I come and work with you, right?
Okay.
You'll give me a job.
Le digo como tan nuevo el molino.
Sí, está nuevo el molino. Smell the pepper.
When we used to buy the machine, $15, $25. Now it's $100.
$100 for this little machine, yeah?
Ese también.
Okay, I see your husband bought us some. How we get the recado now from looking like this here to look like that?
You have to give many.
Oh, you have to regrind this?
Yes, and sometimes 7, 8 times.
You have to grind it 7, 8 times?
Depends until it gets like this.
But you need what you add to get it moist, or it gets moist on its own.
No, the
The same vinegar, right?
yeah, the same vinegar.
Let me see the vinegar. See there, and we haven't ground. These are not grounded yet, so we could see. No. So you'll have to take the salt from here and put it back in and grind again.
You have to make it sometimes, many times, sometimes 5, sometimes 6 times, until it gets thick like this.
Okay.
And
So
it's-
let's compare the two of them. This is what we did just now.
yes, this is.
And this is what the end product should look like,
Yes.
right? And it's a complete different thing here. Yeah. That's the end product. And this has a long way to go yet. You could feel it in your hand. Amazing.
Yes,
Okay.
it's the color of the anato.
Uh-huh.
This, it's not orange.
It's not orange.
No.
It's the correct color.
But sometimes when you buy on the store,
Uh-huh.
sometimes when you dissolve it on water, it's orange.
It's orange, yeah.
But I think that they put in other ingredients. Sometimes they put minza or flour. I don't know what they put. But we don't put anything, just
So
this.
this is real.
Yes.
This is as real as it gets.
Yes.
Right? No additives,
No.
anything or the other.
Just this and nothing else.
Uh-huh. And you bag this off? You put them in bags? Or
Yes,
how do you sell them packaged?
I sell it by pound,
By pound.
$10 a pound.
Now, what's the difference in doing this red recado and the black recado?
The black recado is a little bit hard to do because you have to grind the mistamal, and then you make the tortillas.
Ah, so you do the corn mix and you grind that fine, and then you bake that, right? Or you burn it. How you burn it?
You make the tortillas.
Uh-huh.
And
Let's go look at it. Okay, so now we are looking at the black recado.
we use masa.
Masa, that's ordinary corn masa, right?
Yes.
Regular corn masa.
Uh-huh. With this masa, I make tortillas. Small, but
You burn them like this?
thick tortillas.
Thick. Okay, so this will be the same tortilla you make from,
Yes,
from that.
but I make it thick.
Uh-huh.
After that, I put it on the sun.
This is sun that burns this?
No. When it's dry, I put it on the fire. So it will get black like this.
So the sun dries it out, and then you put it on then you get it,
On
then
the
you
fire.
blacken it.
On
like
the fire,
this.
yes.
And if I break this, it's black through and through, right?
Yes.
Can I?
Yes.
Can I break it?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's black through and through, right? And then what happens after with this biscuit, this black biscuit?
We also grind it.
You grind it the same way that we did the red, no?
And then you will get this. This. After you grind it, it's what you get. This.
Okay. All right. So this is just
Tortilla.
ground tortilla flour,
Yes.
right? Blackened and ground.
Afterwards, this I will mix it with the same ingredients that we use for the
Oh, the oregano,
oregano, black
Black
pepper,
pepper. Also
Ajo.
garlic,
yes, garlic, cloves,
cloves,
and comino, oregano.
Oregano.
But instead of the habanero, I put burn
Okay, boiled pepper. Boiled pepper.
this.
This is what we would normally call boiled pepper, right?
What?
Boiled pepper. See, let me see what kind of pepper is this?
Chile largo,
Chile largo, yeah.
quemado.
Quemado, so this is boiled pepper.
I burn it until it gets black, like this.
Okay, so it moves from this to this.
Yes.
Okay,
And that is what I will put on this
with this.
with the garlic, the oregano, the black pepper, cloves.
Everything mixed with this
Yeah.
blackened pepper here. And these peppers you grow in the back garden too?
Yes.
Well, everything is from the back garden. You see, we could eat off of the back garden. And the corn, I look at the field out there and I saw the corn growing. So the corn is being grown out next door. And it makes this masa, I call it masa for right now, this stuff here for the black recado. Then you have the peppers growing in the back garden. Everything is oregano, everything. Oh, you have your corn in there?
Yes.
So
For the masa.
Oh, so you make your own masa. See, that's what I was trying to tell folks, that you make everything is grown here. There's nothing imported.
Because right now the masa is 90 cents a pound.
So that's how you do your own.
When I make this, I make 30 pounds of masa.
That's a lot.
Yes.
And how long will you end up keeping those 40 pounds? How quick will you sell those 40 pounds?
It depends.
Depends on demand as well. And
Lo puede probar si quiere.
let me. So this is the black recado.
After finishing all that we are doing, that's how it.
I could smell it. Can I break it?
Yes, you could eat it.
You could eat this?
Yes.
You serious?
Yes, if you want, you could taste it. You could.
I could taste it?
But it's too big.
This is too much of a big piece?
Just a little piece you could get to taste like this.
Oh, because I take the whole of this and then I mess up myself, you see? So a little piece. I thought you just like that. Okay.
It's hot?
Not very, but it tastes nice.
Yes.
Tastes like something you will continue eating. Right? So that is that. And this is how it looks. And this is a Be My One. Nice. Very nice. Okay, so this is used now to prepare. The red is tamales, you told me, but this is relleno, chimole, and what we call commonly black dinner, right?
Yes.
So when you want to do a good black dinner, this is what you have to put in it. Right? The same stuff here, right? And then you put in your chicken and other things, anything else you want to add, right?
Yes.
But you have the chicken too, so if you want to do a black dinner, right? Or you just crash the chicken out of the fall coop, because the fall coop have chicken in it. I check it out already.
We have the chicken on the yard. We have eggs, a lot of eggs.
That's why a basket with eggs, so because you need eggs for the black dinner, you need
Yes.
eggs. So everything to make a black dinner is grown right in the backyard.
Yes.
You know, that's amazing. Right? And starting, oh my goodness, amazing. And so I saw this, and then if you want to cook it, you can cook it right here too, because see, they're cooking tamales right over here.
Yes.
Everything is happening here. See? Tamales.
Hot tamales.
Hot tamales. And the leaves of the tamales are wrapped up in the backyard too as well, right?
The leaves, yes.
You see? Right over there.
Yes.
See? There are the leaves of the tamales. So everything is in the backyard. That is amazing how we can live off our backyard, you know? We're going to do a tamales now from the beginning. So you have to get the ground corn and the masa, like what they call it. And Mr. Cowo is going to do his part here now. He has been instructed to do his part. Okay, so I always wonder when I see people doing the tortilla like that and putting the hand to get it wrong. What's the art in that?
Just this.
That's that not true, but it looks easy, but it's not that easy. I try doing it and I try to do it, I can't bring it out correct. Right? Okay, so we have nailed our tortilla now, and we're going to turn it down, and they're taking out the plastic.
Yes.
And now we're going to put some of that recado substance in it that has been fixed up. And Mr. Cowo takes over here, right, Mr. Cowo? So explain to me what you're doing.
Put the corn first.
Okay.
Una cuchara chico quería, hijo.
So it covers almost the entire tortilla, right?
Oh, is it in the chicken?
Meat that goes inside the tamales. Okay.
Trae la cuchara. This is tomato.
Tomato
With
and
onions.
And you grow your own tomatoes and your own onions, right? So, so everything, like I said, is from the backyard. The corn, the recado, the tomato, the onion, the pepper.
See?
Everything is from the backyard. Right?
No agarraste nada.
Nada. Está ahora sí.
And it's good to see husband and wife working together after 76, how much years? 63 years. After 63 years, you all are still working together. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, then now you
And you
wrap it.
wrap it like this.
Uh-huh. Then you wrap all the sides, right? Then you cover it with the leaf. Bring it tighter. So it takes care of, the leaf takes care of itself. Of all the ingredients inside. And there we have our raw tamal.
Ready.
Can I pick this up and see how you have, yeah, or raw tamal. So what? And the leaf, even the leaf it's wrapped in, is from the tree right over there, right? Okay, so you're going to take, that's the tamal finish now, the finished product. But just I get you. You good for it? Yeah, it's very hot. Hot tamales. And so you just take a spoon and you
Oh, yes, sir.
and you eat up because this one you need a spoon for this one, right?
Con una cuchara.
Well done. Nice. You're right, it's hot.
It's hot, yes.
Yeah, it's hot. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Cowo, I would like to thank you so much for your fine hospitality, for teaching me how to make tamales, allowing me to take part in all of this, to having me in your home, and to telling me your story. And I want to congratulate you all on your 63 years of marriage, on the family you have raised, of outstanding Belizeans. So I think congratulations are in order, sir. And for the lesson that we hope a lot of us could understand, that in Belize, we have it, And we don't have, look at this, there's nothing imported here except the spoon and the plate. Right? Nothing else is imported, and as a matter of fact, nothing else is even bought from a shop because everything here that is on this plate was grown in this yard. Right? So I think it's a lesson that we should treasure. And if you wanted to add some eggs on this, you have the eggs on the chicken right there, right?
Yes.
And the chicken meat, you have the chickens in the fall coop. I saw them in the fall coop making noise. So everything is right here. Even the beans, I saw you with beans, you're harvesting some beans. Yes. So whatever you want, it's right in the backyard. Amazing what can happen here in this beautiful country of ours, right? So I want to thank you so much for your kind hospitality. Anything you want to say that I didn't ask? Maybe you might want to say something that to Belize on a whole.
Gracias también porque agarraron el tiempo para venir a visitarnos y ver lo que nosotros producimos. Y gracias.
The pleasure is all mine. And Mr. Cowo, what's the secret for 63 years of marriage?
Well.
And still the whole hand.
Huh?
Tell me.
We have to live. How is.
Dilo en español.
Dilo en español, yo lo puedo traducir.
Tenemos que, vivimos, ni uno ni el otro pelean.
We live and neither of us fight.
Yes.
And so you don't go to bed angry with each other.
No.
But then you do have your little ups and downs, but you manage to solve them, right? And work on them. Well, Mr. Cowo, congratulations and all the best to you and Mrs. Cowo.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for having me here once again.
Keeping the farm going is a family affair, and we will have a conversation with their son Rodolfo about the crops they grow throughout the year, after a word from our partners.
Shell V-Power with 3 times more cleaning and friction-reducing molecules. Go well. Go Shell. Since 2008, the Belize Natural Energy Charitable Trust has created opportunities for Belizeans to develop themselves and their communities. The trust employs tools that are intuitive, collaborative, and accessible so that every Belizean is empowered to achieve their full potential. Over 200,000 Belizeans have been impacted because of our various initiatives. The Belize Natural Energy Charitable Trust, empowering Belizeans of today to create the Belize of tomorrow.
We are Embroidery, offering you great products, good service, and of course, the lowest prices in the entire country. Visit us in Belize City, Belmopan, San Lazaro Village, Orange, and now in San Pedro, La Isla Bonita. Embroidery. Get more? Be less.
The National Gas Company Limited was born of the need for the country of Belize to have a marine gas terminal of its own, thereby securing supplies of critical cooking gas for a growing population. As Belize's population grew, the time came for a modern marine gas terminal that ensured safety, security of supply, and the requisite infrastructure for industry-accepted quality assurance now demanded by the people of Belize. In 2020, the National Gas Company Limited became a reality. The National Gas Company Limited is a $60 million public-private partnership where Belize's private sector will design, finance, construct, and manage a state-of-the-art national marine terminal facility and 2 complementary storage depots away from the coast. After 15 years, the National Gas Company will be fully turned over to the country and people of Belize at no cost to the taxpayer.
The National Gas Company of Belize, fueling Belize forward.
It don't matter what part of
All right, I'm at the Cowo's residence in beautiful San Lazaro Village in the Orange Walk district. And Don Rodolfo Cowo is here with me. And what's amazing, Don Rodolfo, I had to admire and ask who had the field out there with the watermelons and the tomatoes and the cabbages and what have you. And you were kind enough to show me your fields and what have you. But let's get to know you. Who is Don Rodolfo Cowo? Usted, dígame quién es Don Rodolfo Cowo.
Yo soy Rodolfo Cowo. I am Rodolfo Cowo.
Uh-huh.
I live in San Lazaro Village. I plant jicamas and sell it here in the same village. The jicama and grow in 3 months. Next jicama, 2 kind of jicamas. The next kind is for 4 months.
Okay. So you live off what you plant on the land here in your backyard, basically, inside of the house?
Yes.
And that's how you make a living?
Yes.
I noticed you had some beautiful watermelons. How long does it take for a watermelon to mature from planting until you can harvest it and eat it?
I plant watermelon. First time I plant watermelon, I only try plant watermelon in the market one, the bigger one though. I have to know what the kind I have to plant though.
Okay. So the type you plant is much smaller, much smaller watermelons, right? And so jicama, watermelons, what else?
I plant onion too.
Onions. And I see cabbage and tomatoes.
Yes, cabbage and tomato. Yes. Only that I have a storeroom from the onion, and I don't sell right now, and when he get a good price. Only that I have to
Dígalo en español si te sale mejor en español.
tengo de secar bien para guardarlo en la bodega.
Okay, you keep your onions and you have to dry it well in your warehouse.
Yes.
Okay.
I more like to plant onion though, because the onion you can leave it 3 months in the storeroom. You have to wait a good price.
Okay, so you when you harvest the onion and the price is not right, you can hold on to the onion until you get a better price for it.
Yes.
So that's why you like the onion, because it will give you more money basically for your investment in planting it. So we're talking about onions, cabbages, lettuce, tomatoes. Where did you learn the skill of planting?
Only when I go to school, I like to plant vegetables.
So you learned it in school, basically.
Yes.
What school would that be?
San Lazaro Catholic School.
So the schools out here in San Lazaro, because I was at the high school this morning, and I had to admire the agriculture program that they do there, because I think that it is important that all our children learn something about agriculture, about the land itself, because from the land we can learn to feed ourselves, right? For example, you plant your tomatoes, you don't have to buy tomatoes, you don't have to buy anything basically. You raise chickens and so as well.
Yes, I feed some chickens too in my house. Yeah.
And the chickens give you eggs.
Yes, for it. Yes.
You're doing well, right? Now, you do any cane farming?
Yes, I am cane farmer too. Sometimes I go to cut cane.
That's an experience I would enjoy doing, cutting cane. I think I want to just go and hold a machete and cut a piece of cane at least, But one of these days I might have to ask you to take me to a cane field, and maybe we work on cutting some cane and see if I still have enough strength in my hand, no? Right? At this old age that I have, I didn't do it younger, but at least I could get to do it older. Try it, at least try it, So you've been you're a cane farmer. You grow all the vegetables and everything that you need to eat. You have some to sell to as well, right?
Yes, I sell.
You sell the onion. You tell me wait till the market is right with the onion, and then the watermelon. I know you sell the watermelon too.
Yes. Sometimes I plant the onion. I take about 10,000 onion here.
10,000 onions?
Yes, on 1 acre.
On 1 acre you could grow 10,000 onions? That's excellent.
In the cane field, maybe you have 1 block of cane to $5,000. It's too much, because I don't like more the vegetable. This piece of land, you can take a lot of money.
So you're saying that you make more money with a plot of land with vegetables than you would with that same size piece of land growing cane on it?
Yes, it's more better the vegetables. Okay. Only the onion though, because in the tomato last time I buy $5 a bucket. No good.
I see a lot of tomatoes and onions and sweet peppers and so on sale around Belize City. That would come from this area? Yeah, a lot of it would maybe come from this area, you think?
Maybe some from here, and maybe some Mennonites too.
So what would you say to people who have a backyard but don't know how to use that backyard? What would you tell them? How to use it? ¿Cómo les dirías?
Para trabajar un piso de
su yarda.
Pues yo diría que podían sembrar un piso en su yarda, pero como les digo, el tomate y el repollo no puede sembrar mucho. El gobierno ha tratado que tal vez usted siembre un pedazo y después otro tiene de esperar otro tiempo. Pero la gente no hace tiempo, ellos siembran como les dé la gana, dicen.
Let me see that. Mrs. Cole, let me see what your guys brought here. This is what you use to cut cane, right?
Yeah.
Con eso corta la caña. Tiene bastante filo, ¿eh? So it's like.
And this is most used in the alien who come from Guatemala, though. Belize no use too much this.
You use machetes, huh?
Machete, yes.
Yeah.
When you go to cut in the company, you use that though.
This is a heck of a weapon, man. What? Look at this.
You can cut them round to the.
Can cut grass with this as well.
No cut too much high the cane.
So you just. When you cut cane, you don't really cut it way down to the ground, right? Do you?
Yeah.
You cut it right down to the ground, or you just cut it at a little height?
You have to more better cut in the ground. Only that the young right now no want to bend your your back and you cut high, something like that.
Okay. Let's look at some of the challenges you face in doing farming. What are some of the challenges you have? You know, when we were in the field yesterday, I saw that maybe you have pests sometimes that would bother you because you have to always be on a constant lookout, or otherwise the pest will eat the plant. But you said that it regenerates itself, and you know, what are some of the challenges you face?
No le entendí muy bien.
¿Cuáles son algunos de los retos a los cuales se enfrenta mientras está haciendo su trabajo de sembrar?
Pues como en la cebolla, pues a veces mucha agua, pues puedes tener una pérdida.
The onions, sometimes you have too much water and you can lose.
Yes. It's more better if you make some beds high. When he rain, go fast the water.
Okay. So the water just flow over the side of the bed.
Yes.
Right, and the bulb of the onion is not soaked in water.
Yes.
That's what you're saying, right? Yeah. All right.
You have to have a rototiller to para dejar más fino la tierra. I don't have.
You have to have a rotary tiller, you're calling it, to refine, to work the soil, you know, a tilling machine or something to work the soil. What, you use fertilizers or?
Yes, I use fertilizer. I put them in up the top, put the tank and put the fertilizer there to go to the field.
Okay, so you have a tank, if I understand you correctly. You mix your fertilizer in the tank. You run tubes from the tank to the field. And the fertilizer drips or drains and feed the plants accordingly whenever you think you need to fertilize. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
So there are hoses running, all those beds there, you have hoses running alongside it so that you can be fertilized whenever you feel like fertilizing.
Because when you throw the next kind of fertilizer, no rain, pues no trabaja bien porque no se deshace rápido.
When you use the fertilizer and it doesn't rain, it's not good because it does not melt easily or dissolve easily.
Yes.
Bueno, pues don Rodolfo, gracias por platicar conmigo y compartir conmigo lo que tú siembras, ¿verdad? Y te felicito por el trabajo que estás haciendo, de usar la tierra para comer. Ojalá que todos pudiéramos hacer lo mismo. You know, I'd like to thank you for talking with me and for showing how you can use a piece of land to live off. You know, and only need to buy a few of the basic necessities that you cannot get off the land. because even the corn for the tortilla, you have, and so they have the masa and everything. So really, it's the way to live if you can. Right? So thank you so much, Rodolfo. ¿Algo más me quieres decir que no te pregunté?
No creo, eso es todo.
Okay. Gracias, Don Rodolfo. All right, all the best. Belize Watch. Knowledge of the past, impacting the present, building the future.